Hello beautiful people, this is Dawn, your tarot teacher here. Join me now as we meet the archetype of the sun, the card of joy, purpose and revitalization. The sun arrives when we finally emerge into the full light of day. After a long inner process of illusion, even confusion and shadow work, we step into regeneration and realization. This is part of the exciting final steps of an initiatory cycle. The sun marks a new day dawning. This is self-awareness, knowing who we are and allowing the true self to flower. And there's a simplicity here. We're invited to enjoy the good things in life without guilt or justification. The sun gives constant support and energy. It doesn't withhold. Its love is unconditional. It simply is. And in that way, the sun asks us to embrace and shine our light. This card marks where we begin to perceive the cosmic intelligence that lives in everything. Even energy itself is conscious. The sun becomes the direct and immediate source of enlightenment in our lives, not something distant or abstract, but embodied, lived, and expressed. The sun sheds light on what was once subconscious, bringing it into conscious awareness. This is why clarity feels joyful rather than heavy. Alchemically, this is the sacred work of the sun and the moon together. The moon brings intuition and the depths of the subconscious to the surface, and with the sun there is unity with these inner mysteries and the clarity and rational understanding of conscious awareness, creating true harmony between feeling and reason. The moon revealed what was hidden, the sun now balances intuition with illumination. This harmony is our birthright, a collaboration between inner knowing and our outer clarity. This stage of the great work is known as distillation. We have emerged from the fermentation stage, and all that remains is the pure essence. Corruption has died away. The emerald tablets, which are traditionally attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, the legendary figure believed to be a synthesis of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth, describes this process as an ascension from earth to heaven and from heaven back to earth. We receive illumination in higher states, we embody it, and then bring it back into the 3D world, awakening made manifest. In the final stages of the Fool's journey, the moon brings material to the surface, while the sun provides the heat for transformation. The Judgment card, which is next, marks the ascent from earth to heaven, and the World, the final card, signifies solidification. The sun remains central, radiant, vital, and sustaining throughout this process. In Kabbalah and the Tree of Life, the sun is associated with the 30th path, which connects the Spirot of Yesod, the sphere of foundation, to Hod, the sphere of splendor. This path is often described as the collective intelligence, reflecting the integration of intellect and imagination into a radiant clarity. The Hebrew letter attributed to the sun is Resh, meaning head or face, which aptly symbolizes illumination, insight, and the emergence of self-awareness. The sun is number 19 in the Major Arcana, a key of joy and success. Number 1 represents self-consciousness and the magician, and 9 represents inner guidance and the hermit card. And together, of course, they equal 10, the number of the Wheel of Fortune. What began at the Wheel of Fortune, the twist of fate that propelled us towards expansion, now finds expression through the sun. And also 1 plus 0 is 1, which brings us back to the magician card, symbolizing focused will and consciousness. Illumination doesn't take away agency, it sharpens it. Now let's look at the imagery of this card. The sun shines brightly in this card, radiant and alive. Beneath it, a child rides a white horse holding a large red flag. Sunflowers rise behind a stone wall. The rays of the sun are both straight and wavy. Straight rays symbolize cosmic light, and the wavy rays represent the principle of vibration. The face of the sun reminds us this is a living intelligence, just as in the moon card. The 4 sunflowers represent the 4 kingdoms, mineral, vegetable, animal and human, and they also represent the 4 elements, earth, air, fire and water. Now notice they turn towards the child, whereas normally sunflowers they would be reaching towards the sun. All of creation turns toward humanity for its final stage of development in conscious participation. The stone wall represents truth partially revealed through the 5 physical senses. Full comprehension requires intuition. This child is the renewed self, pure, open, and restored. The feather, the red feather, connects us to the Egyptian goddess Mahut, the symbol of truth and purity. The child is androgynous, showing the union of masculine and feminine. The red flag is a victory banner, and red is active like solar energy. The white horse, first seen in the death card, represents the true self, pure light, unburdened. This is reconciliation, regeneration, and renewal. Life is experienced as heaven on earth. The sun reminds us we have a role in the greater universe, and that joy is not a distraction from purpose, but a signal we're aligned with it. The esoteric title of this card is the Lord of the Fire of the Worlds, and represents the fire element, of course. It governs Leo and is exalted in Aries, connecting it to the Strength and the Emperor cards. It also governs the 5th house of creativity, pleasure, and self-expression. As a symbol of the fire element, this card embodies qualities such as passion, vitality, creativity, and transformation. Its association with Leo highlights confidence, leadership, and a radiant energy, while its exaltation in Aries emphasizes initiative, assertiveness, and the pioneering spirit. The connection to the Strength card reflects inner courage, resilience, and the power of will, whereas its link to the Emperor underscores authority, structure, and mastery over one's environment. Together, these associations suggest a dynamic force that harnesses both personal power and disciplined action. The sun generates, it motivates, it renews, and regenerates. It magnetizes people, opportunities, and situations towards us. This is vibrant, heart-led energy, open, warm, and life-affirming. Historically, the sun card was embodied as the Egyptian god Ra, later known in Greek tradition as Apollo. Ra created the pantheon, the family of light. These were the illuminators, the bringers of knowledge, and the travellers who shared wisdom across worlds. At its core, the sun speaks of joy, illumination, inspiration, romance, abundance, healing power, and the balance of reason with intuition. Creativity flows easily here. Expression feels natural. There is a synergy with others rather than struggle. In shadow, the sun can distort into egocentrism, false confidence, or its opposite, lack of self-belief. It can show idleness, dishonesty, or draining relationships and group dynamics where vitality is lost rather than shared. The sun speaks in a single unwavering truth. So are you paying attention? Life longs to uplift you. Light longs to move through you. Joy is never earned, it is remembered. You are a sovereign creative being, and the time to remember is now. Beneath the radiance of the sun lies a sacred mystery, the ascent from earth to heaven and the return from heaven to earth. This is the ancient pathway echoed in mystical traditions, the journey from Malkut, the earthly kingdom, to Keter, the divine crown, and then back again. It is the eternal rhythm of spiritual evolution, rising into illumination, then carrying that illumination back into embodied life. The sun symbolises this union, reminding us that true fulfillment comes when we walk the middle path and the spiritual heights and earthly experience are woven together in harmony. If these ideas awaken something within you but you desire deeper clarity, a follow-on course will soon be available. Together we'll explore these teachings further and help you unlock the fullness of your potential. And now the Fool has met with the golden, radiant, cosmic light of the sun, and as they continue on their journey, they hear a call, a trumpet sounding from far away, summoning them to awaken and rise. Join me next as we step into the card of spiritual rebirth and further illumination, the card of Judgment.